Homicide, straight stiff.
Danny!
Hotter than my flows the block. So I
Close
left the
that door,
slow
Lord,
biz
your
and got
mouth,
in the
please.
show business.
Thank you. My name is Raymond and I'm an addict. And I'm 38 years old. I'm nervous. Let me do that again. Just because I'm clean 6.5 years doesn't mean I'm not an addict. If I drink one beer right now, I will drink 12 beers. And then I would sniff coke, and then I would smoke crack. So I'm still an addict. You understand? When I grew up, for whatever reason, I don't know why, I guess lack of guidance, being grown up in the street, any problem we had, we would drink, we would go out, we would try to escape the feeling and use drugs. And as an early teen, all right, yeah, you could get away with it. But then when the disease progresses and it becomes no longer fun and you use just because you have to use, not because you want to use, that's when the problem, that's when it becomes a problem. For me personally, I just always knew I had better things in store for me in my future, but I would always mess up because I would always use drugs. I would take 2 steps forward and then stumble like 5 steps backwards. But basically what happened, the last time I used for 5 days straight. I was smoking crack cocaine for 5 days straight, and it was Thanksgiving morning, I remember, and there was no more drugs, no more. My friends stopped calling me because from the years and years of the same thing, they got tired of coming to rescue me, pat me on the back, it'll be all right. I had nobody to lean on. My girlfriend, she didn't want nothing to do with me. So I was in my room, in my basement, alone, and it hit me. And I said, I can't live like this no more. And I just started crying and crying and crying. At that time, I was 31 years old. In 31 years, my pattern was to start things and never finish them. And I was dressed pretty fairly clean, and I had a place to live, and I kept my job. I was a functional addict. A lot of people didn't really know the extent of my drug use. So when I told him, he was surprised. To make a long story short, I made my first meeting with him, Carlos. Yeah, I reached out to him for help originally, and he actually brought me to the meetings. But he didn't stay. He kept going in and out. He kept relapsing and using, and he found reasons to, whatever, that's his process. I'm not judging him. But for whatever reason, he didn't stick around. But I stuck around. So I started 60 days, 90 days, 6 months clean. My life starts getting better. 9 months clean. I celebrate 1 year clean. 1 year clean. I've been using drugs on and off for 15 years. So to get 1 year clean off drugs is a big deal. And then 2 years clean, 3 years clean, 4 years clean. So now we got the house up, and guess who calls me? I don't think it's a coincidence again. My friend Carlos, the guy who actually brought me into the process, and he asked me he said he needs help. We went and picked him up from detox. And he's been here ever since, and he's got 90 days clean today. He's doing great. He's struggling with life a little bit, because life on life's terms is not always easy. And for addicts, when things are not easy, we use, which is big for him, He used drugs. I know him personally. He used drugs before me, and he's used drugs after me. And he uses drugs hard. I use drugs hard, but he takes it to the next. His whole life he's been in jail. He's done probably 15 years in jail, and he's my age. No, I'll always be an addict.